Hey everybody, it's Monday. It means it's time for our top 3 best useful Android apps of the week. And to start it off, we're going to be taking a look at Active Lock Screen. Active Lock Screen is like a lot of other lock screen replacement applications out there with a bit of a twist. So as you can see, we actually have a theme loaded right now. This is the Star Wars theme. So if I was to slide off to the right a little bit from the locker, you can see we've got a bit of a lightsaber there, and that will unlock it. If I can just lock it up again so we can demonstrate some more features of it. And the same thing goes with the volume, mute, vibrate, and all that stuff. You'll notice we've got date and time. You can also share this application if you wanted to with either the theme or the actual application itself. Clicking on the lock ring there, though, if I was to slide off to the right there, it'll actually show all of my recent contacts, people I've called recently. Moving up to sort of the messaging application, of course, I've got a bunch of different applications in there. And you can actually select how many you want in there. And these, again, are ones that you can customize yourself. And if I wanted to, I can go ahead and slide it up to each shortcut and it'll launch those respective applications. If I was to slide it over to the camera, you'll notice we've got some different things in there. I haven't really customized this for this video, but you get the idea of that. And if I wanted to access the camera itself, you'll notice the camera icon is actually in the center of that ring there. Go ahead and let go. And sure enough, it launches our camera application. We'll go ahead and lock it up again and unlock it. And of course, we've got our boom recent applications. You can actually predetermine how many recent application items you want on the screen at any given time, which is pretty neat. We'll go ahead and show you some neat stuff, though. We'll go ahead and jump into settings. You can enable or disable the lock screen. Of course, you can select all of your shortcuts here. So jump into My Apps and you can customize how many you want to show at a time. And back out of there, they've also got plugins. So if we wanted to, I can go ahead and show you, Engadget and Gizmodo for the purpose of this video. And you'll notice that we've got this sort of little widget icon, or these little widgets that show up, and you can actually kind of go through there, scroll through them. And if you wanted to access those particular stories, drop it down in the lock screen ring, and away you go. So we'll go ahead and lock it one more time, and I'm going to show you guys something else here. And just for the purpose, I'm going to disable those plugins back out of there, and we'll show you some different really neat themes. So as you can see, I've downloaded just a couple: Star Wars theme, the black theme, and the Equalizers theme. If you click on get load more, it'll show you like another 100 different themes you can get, so you can really customize the look of your lock screen. But for this video, we're going to go ahead and show you the Equalizer. I'll go ahead and lock it up one more time. And there we go. Some pretty cool stuff there. And that's what the different icons look like. So again, you can download a bunch of different themes, a bunch of different plugins for the lock screen. Really great stuff. I think it's really useful. A lot of you guys will think so too, I'm sure. Although I don't think it's really optimized for Android 4.2. You'll probably find out why if you do have an Android 4.2 device. I don't really recommend it for you as of yet. But for anybody under Jelly Bean, I think you guys will really enjoy this application. That's Active Lock Screen. A download link will be in the About section down below. And it's free. Alright, next up we have Umano. At least I presume that's how you pronounce it. Umano is a news reader, with voice though. That's basically the best way I can describe it. Click on the little, their icon there, their logo, and it'll bring up all these different sort of filters, and you can go through them, pick which ones you want, and, scientific, which I'm assuming is technology and the like, or all of them, and we go and click on home, and it brings up all these different things. Now, the cool aspect of this news reader is, let's say, for instance, we're going to pick this one just for shits and giggles, it'll actually start playing the news for you with somebody that's actually reading it out with a great voice that, keeps you kind of captivated to the news, and it'll actually read out the entire story for you. Now, if I was to go ahead and click on full story, it'll launch your browser, and it'll actually take you to that respective story on the internet, so you can actually read it for yourself if you don't feel like listening to it, or you can just kind of read along as the person's talking to you. Go ahead and back out of there, and I'll pause that for now. Now, I'll go ahead and get out of here. You can actually share those stories with anybody you want with, obviously, because it's Android, any application you want to share it with. If you decided to register an account with them, which again is free, you can actually save and favorite those particular stories for yourself to read later. What else is cool is that, say for instance, you're on your way to work and you don't really feel like burning through data in order to listen to all of these different news articles from around the world, you can actually download them for offline listening later on, which is a really great feature. And of course, they follow the UI, the Holo UI guidelines, so you've got all these cool sides sliding animations and things like that. Not a whole lot in settings here. We'll go ahead and take a look at that. You've got different things, send feedback, you can download to your playlist. Again, that's if you have you're registered with them. Autoplay next article, and the autoplay next article is basically when you're done listening to one, it'll just automatically jump to the next one. You can enable that or disable that if you want. I thought this was really useful for people that are driving to have long commutes to work in the morning or to school or whatever it may be, and you're really interested in what's happening throughout the day, and it updates throughout the day, and it'll actually give you notifications that you can turn turn on and off in your status bar there as new news comes in. Really cool application, I thought. I think they did a great job, and they've got some really great voices that are reading out the news for you. Anyways, that is Umano. Again, free in the Play Store. There'll be a link to download it in the About section down below. Alrighty, next up we have Intelli. Intelli is a really cool application. I love it for two reasons. One, it's free, and two, there's a ton of customizable settings. Now, this application uses your proximity sensors, and I'll show you why. So, for this demonstration, I'm using my Galaxy S3 with my Spigen portfolio flip case. So go ahead and close it, and you'll notice that it actually locks the screen, and when I open it back up again, it unlocks it for me. Now, you guys are probably thinking to yourself, well, you know, Jared, if it's constantly monitoring when it's going to, you know, for instance, if you pull it out of your pocket, your backpack, or, you know, you open your flip case again, it's going to be using that proximity sensor consistently and draining some battery. Yes, but very, very little amount of battery power. Now, if it's still bugging you that much, you do have, like I mentioned before, tons of customization settings, the option to actually turn it so that it's only screen off. So if I was to close this up, and I was to reopen it again, you'll notice it doesn't turn the screen back on again. That's pretty cool. Now, some of you might like the screen on feature, in which case you might actually want to use some of the other settings in here, which allows you to bypass the lock screen altogether when you reopen up your flip case, pull it out of your pocket or your backpack, and it'll go directly to your home screen. That is useful. That is the epitome of useful. And as you can see here, we've got a bunch of different settings in here for every single situation you can imagine, as well as all the different screen off and on delay times, which I thought was really great. Now, this application, like I mentioned before, is free, and I'll be posting a link in the About section down below. But that's it, guys. Go ahead and start downloading these applications. Let me know what you think about them in the comments below. If you like this video, as always, please show me some love by hitting that likes button down below. And if you haven't already, maybe consider subscribing for more videos like this in the future. We do have top 3 best useful Android apps of the week every Monday, and top 3 best Android games of the week every Thursday, and everything in between. If you want to stay up to date on all of my videos, go ahead and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. All of those links can also be found in the About section down below. That's it for now, though, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.